the time for meditation selection that I chose a while back is a poem by E.E. Cummings that I first discovered in my teenage years. I must have read it enough times over the years to have memorized it kind of piecemeal. I was never sure it was quite in order, but with E.E. Cummings, I'm not sure that it really matters anyway, whether you remember it in order. Enough of it was in my head that when I just live about a block or two away from here, so I'm real close to Culp's Hill, and when I would go walking on a glorious summer morning around Culp's Hill, I'm like marching along, and these words just come to mind. I'm just walking along, and it's like, I thank you, God, for this amazing day, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees, and a blue, true dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is, yes, I, who have died, am alive again today. And this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and wings and of the gay, great, illimitably happening earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any lifted from the no of all nothing, human merely being, doubt unimaginable you? Now the ears of my ears awake, and now the eyes of my eyes are opened. And as another poet put it, now I have eyes that hear, and now I have ears that see.
I'm excited to share that Carolyn is now going to share with us a poem she wrote entitled My Philosophy of Life in 50 Book Titles.
I don't really write poetry, and so the story of why I inventoried my bookshelves to write down the most interesting titles of books I've owned, they interested me enough to buy them, right? Had I read them? Well, anyway. It was sort of a suggestion that maybe I would want to. So I wrote them down and just started scanning. Anyway, this is what came of that. The message to the planet is about the wealth of nature and economics, as if survival mattered. In this kind of wealth, the earth belongs to everyone, which means Are we ever the abundant community? And we can increase this abundance through appreciative living. Doing this requires us to open ourselves to a whole new mind, which happens every time we hear something that makes us say, I never thought of it that way. Something that gets us to think again, do enough thinking again, and it could become your new default, a kind of emergent strategy for creating just and lasting change. Change by design, even. When I think this way, I experience my life as play, as brain gym, as being on the move and grooving to a different drum. Maybe this is your brain on art, how the arts transform us, how the creative act is actually a way of being. We come to see the system's view of life as a unifying vision that brings it all together. In a relational reality like this, turning to one another is second nature. So we practice the art of gathering in a small is beautiful kind of way. Some say 2 or 3 is enough. This is deep economy, the wealth of communities in which the human element matters. We grow this economy by learning how to know a person and bring out their inner potentials simply by radiating kindness, clarity, and insight in the light we give. We see that the world is made of stories and that listening is an act of love. In the deep economy, it doesn't take all that many of us to trigger a tipping point where just a nudge is enough to get the flow flowing. We realize that educating for character is about callings, helping us identify our gifts and do as much good as we can with them. Some callings beckon us to the path of stewardship, choosing service over self-interest. But since it's in our self-interest to do service because we know we feel good by doing good, we can totally do both. And why wouldn't we? We practice the rules of civility just because things go better when we do. At this moment in time, on the brink of everything, when things fall apart, even as some of us are busy healing the heart of democracy however we can, we learn that the answer to how is yes. What? Radical acceptance of this as blessed unrest? I don't know. And yet, we know we can pick sweet fruit from the bitter tree if we know what we're looking for. So, who do we choose to be? Seeing ourselves as parts of the whole is the way of coming to wholeness through community. Remembering that we are the abundant community gives us so much to work with. But mostly what there is to do right now is just be here now and remember to think again, think bigger, because it's going to take a whole new mind to make this world whole in a whole new way.